Hello and welcome back to Electronic 3 2018. I'm Tim Rogers with Kotaku.com. I've found Sephiroth's grandma. That's a joke about Final Fantasy VII. You'll notice she has a monstrously long sword and a weird tiny head. The weird tiny head has something to do with some Buddhist mythology, some ghost thing. I believe there would be 108 beads here if you counted them. She's from the new game Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, the new From Software game. It's got a ninja in it. Sign me up, right? In all honesty, that game looks totally awesome. So it's being published by Activision. Let's go ahead and take a look into E3. We're going to give you a walk through the lobby here. This is like when you first come into E3, out of the sun, the beating sunlight. They're actually doing bag checks here for the first time in E3 history. They have to check the bag as you go in, and I was getting the sun beaten down on me before coming in here. So what I really want to do is get air conditioned while looking at some games by Activision. Air conditioned with Activision. It's a little bit colder in there than it is in here because the games keep it chill. So let's go take a look at what we've got here. You'll see Activision, very smartly, they set up a bunch of stuff here in the lobby as you come into E3. So we've got Activision, Blizzard. They've got their Overwatch. It's the payload tour. You'll see they're taking the payload all around the place. It's on a tour. That's what the payload tour is. I can't help but feel mildly inadequate every time I see someone with a piece of camera gear far better than anything we have. Like what is that thing? Do you see that? God, I love it. We got Spyro, Reignited Trilogy. One of the first open world games. Fun fact. Neat, really good 3D. I love the idea of a 3D character who's got 4 legs, so he kind of moves like sort of a truck. You know, he's got this weird vehicular feeling to him. Love Spyro the Dragon. Beautiful games. Let us continue through this maze of advertisements. And we're coming up the grand stairs, the E3 logo up here. 15 times I've been to E3, stretching all the way back 16 years ago. There's always an E3 logo hanging right there, and I always think that thing's gonna bonk me on the head and turn my lights out. Let's find out if it does it this time. I'm still alive, but as I often say, I'm a stupid freak and I'm here to die, so let's see if that happens today. We're gonna go up the escalator. This escalator is home to many memories of my first steps into the game industry. One thing I know about E3 is every time I come here, I see so many logos for companies that I don't know what they do, and I'll never know what they do. And all of those logos always look a lot like the logo for Monster Energy drink. My badge is real. Apparently, I'm not a phony in this regard. I've been validated by an authority figure. So the day can only get worse. But I think it just got better because I see Crash Goddarn Bandicoot. I love this guy. You ever notice he has the same mouth as Sonic the Hedgehog and Sparkster from Rocket Knight Adventures? Let's take a look. What do we got? Call of Duty, Black Ops. As I said earlier today, I'm retiring the juvenile joke of calling it Black Ops I. I'm back on Blops. Let's call it COD Blops again. Stop. I believe they gave us this unorthodox Roman numerology as a deflection tactic to distract us away from the generous, ever-loving hilarity of the acronym COD Blops. I mean, come on, I love it. It sounds like something like that happens when you drop a fish, you know? COD Blops. We're gonna find out who cares more about the foot comfort of the game likers in attendance, Sony or Microsoft. Here we go. So far, this is the softest carpet I've experienced at E3. I feel like it's got like a memory foam layer in it. I want to reach down and touch it with my finger. I might have misspoken about the memory fiber, memory foam layer. But it's still pretty soft, very soft carpet. You ever notice there's a lot of video games, like for a while, there were a lot of video games that were adjectives were the name, like Dishonored. Now we've got Forsaken, Destiny Forsaken, we're bringing that back. I want to see some verbs, some active verbs in the names of games. Call a game shoot. This booth is, I've got to say, very classy, very respectful. You've got this large, wide line where the people are waiting patiently to enjoy a first hands-on with their tasty game content. Waiting, we've got some individuals who are rough and rowdy and ready to party. You're treated to a luxury experience. It's on the level of going to a car dealership. They make you feel fancy at E3. I remember a long time ago at E3 that demo stations were invariably you're just standing up in front of a TV and you just got your face inches from the screen and you're just sweating and breathing, fogging up that monitor. Now you get a nice little chair. I honestly like the nice little chair approach. I think that's better. Let's see what else Activision has over here. Do they have anything tasty for me to experience? This is their front desk, their reception area. Oh, what plush carpet. A treat for my feet. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love the name Activision. I think as far as video game names go, for a game company, Activision, the active television, it's beautiful. It's a relic of its era, the era when maybe more than a small amount of people, more than a small minority of people back then would have been afraid of television, saying, oh, television makes you lazy. So Activision is like action television, active television, and it still feels good today. It's active, it's visual. It's Activisual. Activision on your television. Hire me, Activision. Did they have an opening for CEO? I'll be CEO. I love making hot, fresh, weird video content for Kotaku.com. However, if you like what you just heard, I'll take the CEO job. That's like, what, $400 million a year, something like that? It's a little bit more than they pay me at Kotaku, so I'll take it. And I believe that's all we've got time for here at the Activision booth. Tim Rogers. I was born stupid. However, I will not die hungry. Video games forever. Kotaku.com at E3 2018. We'll be back, whether you like it or not.